Good afternoon, I'm Cindy from Group 13, and today we are going to talk about the strategic problem that Subway is facing in the United States market. My teammates are Jennifer, Helen, Macy, and Mark, who are going to share different parts of the issue in the following. These are the contents of today, so let's start now. Let's begin with some basic information of Subway. Subway is established in 1965 in the United States. It specializes in customized sandwiches which give their customers a huge freedom to choose from a wide range of ingredients. Currently, there are over 41,000 shops all around the world, and the US market contributes around 58% of it. It is well known for its franchise chain. A substantial revenue, over $10 billion was achieved in the US in 2018, which provides a proof of the success of the business. However, Subway's business started to decline in recent years. There are a couple of strategic problems that it is encountering. The first one is about overexpansion. As you can see in the line graph, Subway quickly expanded in the past decade. While the number of Subway stores keeps on increasing, there are conflicts of interest among franchisees and Subway owners. The owners have tight control on costs, while franchisees put their emphasis on quality of the food. There is a keen competition among franchisees as well, since the locations of the stores may be too close from each other, and so they're sharing customers living in the same area. The franchisees are also incapable to find new sources of income under the circumstance of intense competition. Other than overexpansion, there are failures in Subway's marketing. For the products provided, the company decided to expand the breakfast menu to create something new for its customers. Yet it was a wrong move, which will be explained in following. The business is adversely affected by some scandal as well. These problems are alarming to the company and caused a significant decline in sales. Now I'm going to pass it to Jennifer to talk about the pesto analysis.
We will start by examining the external factors resulting in the strategic problem by Presto Analyze. Start with the economic factor. Economic downturn is one of the reasons results in overexpansion. The economy in US is not always doing well. There is some downturn in the decade. For example, Great Recession in 2008 causes the huge decrease in real GDP and increases the unemployment rate in the United States. The economic downturn decreased customer spending and price of raw materials is raised. Thus, cost of operation increases at that time, but Subway didn't adjust their expansion plan and results in the overexpansion problem. Moving to the socio-cultural factor. Lack of understanding of the Americans' preference on breakfast leads to Subway's failure expansion in breakfast menu. In terms of the frequency, a research showed that only 12% of Americans claim that they rarely or if ever take breakfast in the morning. This already represents that there is not much market potential in offering breakfast to customers. What's even worse is, sandwich is not popular among the Americans' choice on breakfast. Most of them prefer egg, coffee, and cereal. Therefore, Subway's expansion in breakfast menu is not a wise move. By analyzing the technological factor, we can also understand Subway's failure in marketing. We can see that they failed to catch up the trend of technology-driven operations. Comparing the adoption of technology in operation between Subway and its competitors, Subway is always lagging behind, which is illustrated from the timeline. Take mobile apps as an example. Subway's competitors, Wendy's, launched the app in 2012, but Subway released the apps 3 years later in 2015. It can also be proved from the release of electronic kiosks. When McDonald's already installed the digital kiosk in 2015, and Domino Pizza provided fairer rates of ordering, Subway finally launched the electronic kiosk in 2017. The timeline showed that Subway lays adoption of technology in their operations and losing their advantage in marketing. Coming to the last factor, which is the ecological factor. There is increasing public awareness of environmental issues and animal welfare. However, Subway didn't arrest the trend and default efforts on maintaining sustainable environment. They still used the factory farms in 2015, where animals were suffering from cruelty, and the facilities in the farm released large amounts of pollution to the environment. As a result, Friends of the Earth launched a petition urging Subway to switch to humanely raised meat. This further showed that the deficiency in Subway's marketing, lack of awareness of the rising public attention over animal and environmental issues, and to make related action beforehand, so as to protect the company image. Then I will pass the time to Helen to further analyze the external factor through 5 forces model.
Here comes to the 5 forces model in the external factors. So for the threat of entry, it is moderate. Since the capital requirement for a franchise is low to moderate, for Subway it only requires 200,000 to set up a store. So it is very cheap, but it also leads to the problem of excessive expansion and also the competition among franchises. It is also affected by the brand loyalty towards some fast food giants like McDonald's, as some customers think that their quality is more guaranteed. So for the bargaining power of suppliers, it is low. They are not fully relying on the sales of Subway. And also from the research, it is known that some of the Subway franchises order fresh produce only once to twice a week, while the brand claims that they emphasize on providing fresh food to customers. It also creates a conflict of interest between owner and development agent on the image and quality of food. And also, some Subway franchises order a wide variety of raw materials from diverse suppliers, from sandwich, vegetables, etc. So it is difficult for them to control the food quality, which also caused the scandal of expired food before. So for the bargaining power of buyer, it is high. Since the switching cost to other famous brands is very low, as most of the competitors are located next to each other. Some of the franchise of the same brand, like Subway, may open store near each other due to the low cost, so it creates competition among franchises and lower profit. And also some of the customers have the demand of high product quality, which is fresh food in a reasonable price. So for the threat of substitutes, it is high. We regard coffee retailer with food as the substitutes, which is Starbucks, as they are also able to fulfill customers' needs, like providing food in a fast way, in a relatively high nutrient value in a reasonable price. There is also a price-performance trade-off when compared to Subway. So, the Starbucks can provide wide variety of drink and food in a similar price, while they can also change package and also menu in a seasonal basis. But Subway seldom change their menu. So, with the performance worth more value when Subway and Starbucks sold their products in a similar price, they can attract more customers and substitute Subway. So for the rivalry among competitors, it is strong and intense. It is monopolistic competition in the fast food industry with the high number of businesses and their own differentiated products and services. It is also foreseeable growth, as the annual growth from 2015 to 2019 is 4.1%. So we believe that the consumer demand will continuously be high. So in order to capture new customers, every brand tries to differentiate their products, which makes Subway try to change their breakfast menu before, but they have failed in this expansion because the competition is too intense. The exit barrier for the underperforming companies is also very low. So overall, the profit potential is quite low, but due to the brand awareness of Subway is high, so the profit potential is moderate. Let me pass the time to Cindy to talk about the internal factors.
Moving on to the internal factors. The VRIO decision tree is adopted to analyze the competitive advantage of Subway. Due to the high customization and quick service, the company is able to exploit a market opportunity and its products are valuable to the customers. For the next stage, rarity, its tangible resources such as labor, capital, and equipment are common. But the intangible resources, for example, brand reputation and trademark, are rare. So in general, the resources are semi-rare. Regarding imitability, Subway's resources are relatively easy and affordable to imitate. New entrants can imitate them by acquiring the same equipment and adopting the same operation procedures to start a business identical to Subway's. Therefore, Subway is just enjoying temporary competitive advantage, yet they expanded the business over rapidly, resulting in a failure. As mentioned above, there are some scandals of Subway, and the PR responded to the scandals inappropriately. There are a total of 3 incidents. The first one is about the mystery meat chicken. In 2017, a DNA test on chicken items showed that merely 53 and 42% of chicken was found in the 2 samples of Subway, and the rest are soy. The public was furious about this result as they thought they were deceived by Subway. It insisted that the chicken used was genuine ones and denied the allegation. The second one is about the vegetables. From the employees of Subway, the vegetables used are near expiry and some are already turned brown. They got mushy and rotten within a week being delivered. In that case, the company's actual practice is deviated from its motto, Eat Fresh. The company didn't clarify the frequency of shipment of the ingredients despite this incident. The last one is about a material of the bread, which is called isodicarbonamide. It is found in yoga mats and shoe soles to add elasticity. One of the breakdown products is called urethane, which is recognized as a carcinogen. In spite of the news about this dangerous material, the company claimed that it is safe to consume. The above scandals and responses of the PR caused a great negative effect on the company's business. And now Mark will be sharing the rest of the internal factors.
Yeah, thank you, Cindy. Then I'm going to talk about another internal factors that's affecting Subway. First is an internal strife. According to the different medias, and it is well documented there is an internal strife happening in the Subway. The factors driving customers away from the chain are deeply tied to the internal conflicts within the company. With disagreements between corporate headquarters and franchisees said they are stuck bearing the brunt of the damage. As a result, franchisees are calling for major changes at the company. They demand for a new CEO in chain to command the Subway. It shows that there is a chaotic leadership happening in Subway right now. And another issue that's contributed to the internal strife is that there's a scandal of the management level. The former spokesman, Jared Fogle, is accused of distributing child pornography and traveling for sex with minors. And this issue lead to a badly affect Subway's reputation. Another internal factor is that Subway is slow reaction to changes. Their menu has stayed the same for a long period of time. They are slow to develop a breakfast menu. Meanwhile, other competitors have already created and established a breakfast menu for their customer. On the other hand, Subway refused to try with experimental products. Therefore, they lost track with the 21st century customers' preference. And I will pass to Macy to talk about the recommend strategy in the following.
I am Wong Macy and I'm responsible for recommended strategy. Then we would like to go on to present it. After examining the internal and external factors of contributing to Subway's failure, we would like to propose Blue Ocean strategy in helping Subway to improve their performance. Blue Ocean strategy is a strategy that combining cost leadership and differentiation, which helps to enlarge the customer base and at the same time they can help to improve their financial performance. And first of all, they can be separated into two parts by lowering costs and increasing perceived consumer benefits. Then for the first one, lowering costs, we would like to do it in technology way and internal management. Then for the second one, we would like to do it in three ways: marketing, technology, and product development. Then first one, lowering costs, we would do it in technology way by developing a campaign like a call smart restaurant by combining AI voice assistant and robots into our restaurant's operations. And this campaign can help to decrease the operation time and at the same time it can help to cut the human capital cost. For the second one, we would like to focus on digital marketing, which can help us to reduce the cost in the traditional marketing cost, which is much more costly than the digital one. Then for the third one, we would like to cooperate with other AI companies or technology companies, which have been finding that this is one of the weakness of Subway, which did not have a known or a vision in technology. So we would like to develop a partnership or cooperate with other companies which is specialized in technology to give us a long-term plan in developing the relevant technology in fast food industry. Then this can help us to promote innovation among our company and also generate a innovative image of our company, and we can be the first in the technology part in our fast food industry. Then for the internal management, we would like to make a better control on food quality, which is the core part of our company weakness, which have been found that the quality is not is not qualified, then this affects our image, and this help to prevent the after course of more rebuilding our image. And for the second one, we would like to restructure the management level and reorganize the number of franchisees, since franchisees number is too big, which is one of the weakness of our company, which we cannot find a way to differentiate among the franchisees and which causes competitions among them. Then these measures can help to reduce transaction costs and time. Then for the second one, increasing perceived consumer benefits, we will do it in marketing way, then by making crossover marketing, digital out-of-home strategy, and social media marketing. This kind of marketing, like crossover, can help us to make a new series of food by crossovering with other brands, like maybe Lay's company, like the Lay's chips with our Subway products, which can helping to arouse more customers, and our economic value creation will be increased and broaden our customers base. Then for the technology part, we would like to focus on digital mobile focused strategy and interactive customers loyalty program with chatbot. Then by using the technology, then this can help us to create a young and positive image among customers. Then for product development, we would like to go on for the Waffle Blade model by setting some popular dishes of Subway at the high cost and some in the low cost. And for the bundling model, we would like to make a set to attract more customers in choosing Subway. Then this can help to create long-term sustainable competitive advantage and increase customer satisfaction.
Thank you, Macy, for the recommended strategy. And now is the conclusion. To conclude, the Subway is facing several strategic problems, including overexpansion, including there's a conflict of interest and competition amongst the franchise and their corporate headquarters. Furthermore, there is a marketing problem between their product lines and their promotion. For the external factors of Subway, we have explained it with the pestle analysis and the 5-force model to further illustrate the external factors that are affecting the Subway right now. And for the internal factors, we have used the decision tree and other factors like internal strife to explain there is an internal factors affecting Subway. For the recommended strategy, we suggest that Subway to lowering their costs and increasing the perceived customer benefits. And here is our reference of our project. And this is the end of our presentation. And thank you.